Hello, 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 and welcome to the first video of 2024. New year, new United. Let's see. I wish I could bring you some good news on this first video of 2024. However, unfortunately, this is Manchester United, and I feel like I've been hit by a train this morning because I have just learned that the keeper, in which has cost us many points this season, we're out the Champions League because of him, who I thought we were not taking a break from. You know, obviously he's a new signing. He would return after this tournament. But I could take a nice little break, a little bay and deer break. However, we are delaying his trip to the AFCON. And are we delaying his preparations? No, we are. He's not playing one of the games. There could only be 3 games for Cameroon. 3 games. And one of them he will miss to play for United against Wigan in the FA Cup and against Spurs in the Premier League. If it was the African equivalent of Messi, I would understand. This is Onana. You might ask, this might be a frequent thing among players in the AFCON that are playing the Premier League. You might think that. You might think, well, you know, is it that uncommon? Yeah, it is. I don't know any other player that wants to do this. Salah, by the way, he's leaving. He's gone now. He's gone to the AFCON. And they've got an FA Cup tie against Arsenal on the 7th. Yeah? 7th. 3 days' time against Arsenal, FA Cup. And that, in Egypt's first game, is the 14th. Salah could play in that game and then jet off to the AFCON. He could realistically play that and probably, well, he'd be able to start, wouldn't he? And yet, it appears that Onana is more important to Manchester United than Salah is to Liverpool. Let's just let that sink in for a moment. What are we doing? Now, where does this go down in Manchester United's decisions recently? Where does this go down? Now, in terms of the impact, it might not have a massive impact. It could not. You know, Onana might have a good couple of games and, you know, it's fine. But in terms of stupidity, like we've had bad transfers, right? We've had. I mean, Sancho looks like an awful decision to sign him for that much. You know, we've had Anthony was clearly overpaid to him for him. We've had Mason Mount looks like an awful decision, and we've got rid of Frege, who would have done better than what Mount has done so far. That's just awful decision after awful decision after awful decision after awful decision, right? In the transfer market, yeah? This is worse than that. Why? Not necessarily because of the impact that the decision might have. Like I said, Onana might actually play okay. Because, I mean, he's had good games for United. He might have 2 in a row and it's completely fine. But We know what Onana is as a goalkeeper for United. How can you, like, transfers, they have an air of unknown about them, right? Who knows? Or, you never know. Mount could come in and be the player that we didn't know we needed. It has an air of unknown. If Mount comes in, okay, it doesn't seem like the right fit, but if he comes in and plays amazing, it's unknown, yeah? Anthony, yeah, okay, I mean, seems a bit overpriced, but if he comes in and, he's amazing, then who cares? Who cares about the price? Unknown. Onana, there's no unknown. We've seen it happen, right? You don't need a crystal ball. I've watched him at United. We are out of the Champions League because of Onana. On numerous games in the Champions League, he has essentially thrown the ball in the back of his net. In the Premier League against Villa, not was it against Villa? That cross that came and it was about landed on his bloody toes, and he didn't come and claim it. It's yes, we managed to win 3-2, but honestly, I mean, that's just the most prominent example I can think of. But Onana in the Premier League has cost us as well. He's been better in the Premier League, but he has cost us. We know the result with Onana. So why are we moving heaven and earth to have Onana stay at the club for a little bit longer? I understand Onana's point of view. Completely understand that. He's worried that his position will get dropped. He's worried that Bayender will come in, play well, and then he can't get back in the squad. Yeah, that seems like that is an Onana problem, not a Manchester United problem. That seems like a positive for Manchester United. And obviously, it would be better for Bayender to come in an FA Cup match against Wigan that we should win. I think Wigan are League One, aren't they? I think. So, face a League One club in the FA Cup. Nice little settler, that, before the big game against Spurs. Well, that's what most people thought. But now we know he's not playing in either of them. He will have to play at least 2 games, Bayender. So I do hope that he still plays against Wigan. But that would be baffling in that case. I don't think he will, because why is Onana staying? Just for the game against Spurs? I don't know. But the whole thing's baffling, to be honest. Who knows? Who knows what Manchester United are thinking? But Onana is worried about Bayender taking his place. Would a goalkeeper that is playing well be worried about such things? If Alisson was African, would Alisson be worried about a keeper taking his place? No. There's a reason why he's worried. Because he's been shit. If I was him, I don't know who the Cameroon second choice keeper is, but I'd be worried about him taking his place. To be honest, now he might care less about Cameroon than what he does about his Manchester United spot. In which case, don't bloody go. And then we've got you for all of the games. If you're that, don't just do a little bit of that and a little bit of this. It don't work like that. Give United your full commitment. Don't go because you're worried. Don't bloody do half and half. Don't bloody, dabble your feet in here, dabble your feet in there. Oh, I'm going to miss one game, but only one game because the Spurs game's really important. The Spurs game's so important, that's why I would rather not have you there because you've been shit. How shit is Bayender in training? Seriously. How terrible is he? That we are moving heaven and earth to have Onana start for us. How bad is he? And if he's that bad, call somebody up from the academy. I know, they might not be able to come for crosses and stuff like that. It's difficult. It's difficult, not having a physical presence and being in the and being a keeper in the Premier League, right? To come for crosses, you might have a player stand on him on corners, but if Bayender is that much worse than Onana, that is a better thing to do than play Bayender if he's that bad. I don't believe it. Nobody's seen a game that Bayender has played. I don't know if he exists as a real human, right? Because I've never seen him in my entire life. Okay, but how can he be worse than Onana? I don't know. And if he is that much worse than Onana, why did we sign him? There are plenty of second choice goalkeepers out there that should be, for how bad Onana has played, should be fighting for a place with Onana. And yet Onana's place is so secure that a competition in which he has every right to go for, that he should be proud to represent his nation for, we are desperate to keep him. Onana is more important to us than Mohamed Salah for Liverpool, even though he's absolutely dog shit and has cost us in multiple competitions. It is baffling. It's genuinely baffling. So yeah, we've got Onana for the Wigan game on Monday. Monday, the FA Cup match, and then we've got Onana for the Spurs game on the 14th. Absolutely baffling. That's all I wanted to talk about. Happy bloody New Year. What are we doing? What a way to start the year with the most baffling decision I've ever heard about in my entire life. I don't know who sanctioned it. I don't know. Erik Ten Hag must want it. Why? Why? This is not Bruno Fernandes. This is not the African Bruno Fernandes. This is Onana. Why is he so important? He's not. He's literally not that important. On the contrary, it was refreshing. It was refreshing to know that Onana would not be playing. Because even though I've never seen this other keeper before in my life, like I said before, there's an air of the unknown about it. He could be better than Onana. He could actually play well. Onana, we know. We know he's been shite. We've seen it. We've all got eyes. But apparently, the people making the decisions at Manchester United, they don't have eyes. This strikes me as if... Now, it's obviously not. This is going to be a Ten Hag decision. But this strikes me as if the bloody Glazers are in charge of United. Not just in charge, but also managing Manchester United. Like, they don't know what's happening. Goals are going in. Onana's throw the ball in the back of the net and it goes, oh, well, that was good from Onana. Jesus, he scored a goal. You know, they're watching the game against Bayern Munich and it was like, wow, that's really good from Onana. You know, to throw the ball in the back of the net like that, that's class. Because they have no comprehension about what's going on in football. They think he scored. And they've gone, right, yeah, we'll pick him. Oh, he's going to the AFCON. Oh, that's a shame. Now we'll get him to stay. That's what it feels like. That somebody with no understanding of football is making the decisions. Now, of course, you know, Sir Jim Ratcliffe's come in. this is a Ten Hag decision. This is a Ten Hag decision, and this is a. I don't know if Sir Jim Ratcliffe is making any decisions so far. I guess he is. This is a Ten Hag and the higher ups decision. What a start to the Ineos reign, with the most baffling decision I have ever experienced in my entire life. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.